Hello, my friends. I've been getting a lot of requests for these big snowflakes that I usually do with second grade. Since we're not in person, I haven't been able to do them. So I made a little video so you can see how they're made. Can't wait to walk around the neighborhood, and hopefully I'll see yours in the window or on the door. Have fun, my friends.
All right, my friends, let's get started on our snowflakes. For our supplies, you're going to need 6 pieces of copy paper, tape, a stapler if you have it, if not, just use tape again, and scissors. But these 3 we definitely need. Okay, so I'm going to take my paper, and we need to turn them into perfect squares. So I'm going to do one piece, and I'm going to fold this bottom edge over to the side edge. So the short edge is going to be folded over to the long edge. Pull that corner up, line them up over here, and give it a good squish. Now we've got this extra rectangle here, and we are going to cut that off. Our scissors point away from our body, our hand is out of the way, and we're just folding or cutting right along the edge of where that paper folded over. You could do what you want with this. You can make a bookmark. You could do some quilling, which is where we roll up the paper and turn it into something else. You could do all sorts of cool things. Now, once our paper is folded, we are going to fold it in half again. So we have paper folded like a taco, and we are going to put our finger right in the middle of that long edge at the bottom of our taco, and we're going to fold our paper again. So we're going to bring this corner over to the other, straight across. Okay, so we had our taco. I put my finger in the middle of the long edge, and I brought one corner over to the other, and then lined it up at the bottom, and then gave it a really nice squish. Now we're going to cut 3 lines on this. 1, 2, 3. And the key is that you don't want to cut all the way through. So I usually put my finger here, and if I'm drawing a line, and then that way I know where to stop the line. 1, 2, and 3. Now you don't have to draw the lines if you don't want, but it's helpful to get started. So now you can see that there's a space here between where my line ends and the fold. And it doesn't matter which way you cut, as long as all your lines are cut in the same direction. So now I'm going to cut my paper. 1, 2, I'm cutting away from my body. My paper holding hand is out of the way. My fingers are out of the way. And I'm cutting. Now we don't want to cut all the way across, because if I did that, my snowflake would fall apart. And so it would go whoop, and I would end up with a missing piece. So we don't want that to happen. Try that again. Mistakes happen all the time, but once you get the hang of this, it becomes really easy. So we folded that short edge against our long edge. We're going to take and cut that rectangle off. Now we've got our taco here, and we are going to put our finger in the middle of the longest side and fold it over. All right, now we could draw our lines again, or we could just go ahead and cut. I'm going to cut 3 lines across. 1, 2. Notice that I'm stopping right here, so I've got space between my line and the edge. And 3. Okay. Now we're going to carefully open this up. So we stick our hand in the middle and open it up. Run your finger along that fold to flatten it. And now we're going to do it one more time. And open it up, run your finger as best you can down that fold. Okay, now you can see that we have all these little triangles. Okay, we're going to take a little piece of tape. You may want to take a bunch and put them along the edge of your table. That works too. And we're going to fold it around our finger, kind of like a burrito. We don't want to make points, because points don't work. We want it to be round like a tube, okay? So I could stick my finger in there and it looks round. And then we're going to take our tape and just hold that down. Okay, so see how it's a tube and it's round? Okay, that was our first one. Now we flip it over and we do the same thing on the back with the next layer. So we're going to take the next two triangles, put them not into a point, but rather on top of each other so that it looks nice and round. And then we'll put a piece of tape there. Okay, flip it over. This is the key. You have to flip it over each time so that it goes every other side. I'm going to take these 2 points, fold them over, tape. See how it's nice and round and not pointy. Flip it over and do it again. All right, so now when we look at this, this is one petal of our snowflake, and you need 6 of these to make a snowflake. But you can see how my folds went every other side. So this one went to the right, left, right, left. So that's why we keep flipping them upside down so that we can get these papers going in opposite directions. All right, we're going to do 2 more, and then we'll pause and staple half of them together. All right, now we have our 3 petals. We're halfway done. So what we're going to do is take our 3 petals and staple them together at the top. Then, because if we hang these up, you'll see that they get droopy. So we want to staple the outside 2 rings of our snowflakes. So I'm going to sort of hold them together like this and gently put the stapler between and put 1 staple there. I'm going to do the same thing here between these 2. Hold those outside edges together and gently staple. Okay, we are halfway done. We're going to do this exact same process one more time because we want to do the other half of our snowflake, and then we will check back in. right, we've got our 3 more snowflakes. Let's see if I can get them all in the shot. We're going to do the same thing. Staple the 3 tips together. Then we go in between, outside edge, and gently staple the outer rings. So right where they come apart, put them together and gently staple. Okay, now we have 2 halves to our snowflake. We are going to staple these 2 halves together. I'm going to do it twice, and then we're going to connect the 2 outside edges. 1 and 2. And there you go. You've got your snowflake. You can put a little hole in the edge to hang them. You can just sort of fold it over like this and put a little triangle in it, just a teeny one. Then you'll have a little hole, and you can put a piece of yarn in it and hang it up on your door or your window. I can't wait to see these when I'm walking my dog around the neighborhood. All right, my friends, if you have any questions, let me know.